Hello and welcome to Ulterior Motives Player Pick, where we pick out a player from a league game or scrim and review their gameplay. I am your host, Mota, and I'm joined today again with Coach Mick.
Hello everyone, I'm Coach Mick.
And let's get right into the gameplay. We're going to be watching Hantval, also known as Emil, on the KIRIKO, and this is going to be New Queen Street.
Coming out here on the board composition, playing the good old KIRIKO, just to protect Zenyatta mostly.
We're going to be noticing a bit of a slow rotation around to this high ground from Yoda Miner and Emil. If I just go to the first person here. Just a little bit of a battle right now for the high ground. Suzu will come out a little bit early there, just healing up Redder here as well.
It's a bit of a compositional mistake. We're very slow on our rotation here, and we also peak a lot, so we end up getting like damage to the point where we have to heal ourselves and Zenyatta with the cleanse. It's not an ideal use of cleanse.
We're going to see Emil now making a little bit of a rotation onto the low ground there, just to maybe peel for Redder a little bit. Was in the ideal world, would the Suzu have come out that early?
No, absolutely not. Like, in an ideal world, you only really want to use the cleanse against any kind of hard commitment from the enemy team. Potentially even cleansing a EMP or a Junker Queen ultimate or any very important mid-fight cleanse. So, no.
Okay, lovely little pick there from Yoda Miner. You can see he's putting up the work with the Transcendence ready already, and that will be a little bit of an early fight cleanup there. Not much interaction needed from Emil. Just pushing the robot along here.
Absolutely, you are very much pushing the card. You are very much just playing to protect your Zenyatta as much as possible in this composition. You do sort of very much just allow your team to rotate into your side and pick up healing whenever needed.
You're going to notice there as well, Emil able to just play so far forward with a swift step. No concern even when Redder was dead there.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have the swift step, your positioning is allowed to be a lot more less considerate, because you can always just TP out in any case, and you should absolutely use your TP to heal for yourself.
Maybe a little bit of a misplay there on the TP.
Yeah, absolutely.
TPing just not quite effective enough.
Yeah, absolutely. We missed the TP. We TP to a close target. I do believe that it was actually a miss TP. We did not intend to TP there, and then we failed to climb up on the high ground, and we get punished for it in a hack.
And then another hack punish there. Playing just a little bit too far up there.
Respawns got bad respawn.
Oh yeah,
punished for it.
Interesting.
Bad respawn. Unfortunate, it can happen sometimes. Doesn't find a target to TP out to. I think we get a little overwhelmed in all of it, and we get punished for it.
They oh, lovely headshot there.
Absolutely. It's very, very dangerous traces to duel KIRIKOs up close, especially if you end up in that territory where you've used your entire clip and you now just have to reload your tracer. If you do not respect the short range, most KIRIKOs in this elo will be confident enough in their flicking onto you that you will just die. So it's a great punish from Emil here.
We got the Kitsune coming up now for Emil too. How can we expect to be seeing this coming through?
We will most certainly see it be used as a tempo ultimate, just trying to get on top of them as we've gained positioning. We do unfortunately end up losing our Zenyatta here because we don't have the cleanse. We're not looking for our Zenyatta, unfortunately. So we're fighting a very scrappy, very even brawly fight. You do not want to see brawly fights like this, and I think it speaks for itself why we do not want to see that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a misplay, throwing the Kitsune directly into the Orisa there. Going to be coming into a recontest fight now, and potentially a little bit of a touch coming in just before, and engage coming in before the forward spawns will get capped.
Yeah, I would expect to see a Tracer trying to touch here, or even just the full team. So you see both the supports are holding the high ground here, and we're trying to just peel Frost and Yatta, and we're trying to get value, taking the fight on our terms, using the cover of the high ground. We do decide to go aggressive. We decide to go in and try to dish out some damage, and even go with our Sombra in the back line, which is a very aggressive play. I'm all for it, I'm all for it. Confident in the KIRIKO to just dish out damage, and saving that Susu if you need to help someone, and peeling yourself with good positioning and TPs.
Would it have been a misstep there to drop and leave the Zenyatta on the high ground without locating the Tracer first?
In an ideal world, peeling for us Zenyatta is priority number one. We spotted a amount of chaos, and we had our Zenyatta on the high ground to the point where you can play around the mini and you can play around the high ground.
So a safe position is what you're saying for Zenyatta to be playing. Okay.
Rather safe. Flankable, but safe.
We're going to see Emil not scared to make these lone rotations there through the high ground, just looking for a little bit of poke. It will be a full back off here. That's 2 people down. Turtle staggered slightly there, and I believe the cap will come through here. Although Redder going in now for the touch. Emil just playing slow, trying to keep people alive, making sure that this fight isn't lost early. Redder will be caught out there though, unfortunately.
User comes out a little bit slow. It's very unfortunate. We were forced to rotate through open a lot on KIRIKO, which is not ideal at all, because we increased the risk of taking a lot of damage. So potentially we would have played slower as a team, and we would have played for the high ground sidelines and just allow the card to push a little bit more, but taking a fight on our terms.
That is a brilliant EMP there, and we can see again Huntsville just landing headshots there, just throwing these kunai into the fight. Really getting a lot of value. Playing from these safe positions, able to get healing, not pressured at all.
Absolutely. As soon as that MP comes in, we look to cleanse anything we might need to cleanse on top, and then we just say, at this point, we have the better resources, so I can just start depleting them with my kunais, and we just rely on the kunais, absolutely.
And a life-saving Suzu there as well to keep Redder alive. The kunai thrown directly at the brig. Swift step,
punished though.
Yeah, swift step not pulled out early enough.
Get caught out from the flank angle through the mid rotation. Very common to be pushed up, and then the defending team, when you have control, will push through that mid rotation and end up behind where the robot is going. We unfortunately find ourselves positioned right there with KIRIKO, which is a positional mistake, and we don't notice it to respond quick enough.
This will be the Kitsune into mid, and that is just so fast with the kunai landing directly onto a discorded Orisa, but hacked and punished, unfortunately.
Find yourself right in the face of a brick is not an ideal position to be in. It's very good contest play, but I feel like we pushed up a little bit too far. We should have played further back and relied on the distance of our kunais. We end up hacked in the face of a brick, which is no bueno.
That means not good for anybody here who doesn't know Spanish.
Pardon my Spanish.
Just trying as hard as possible now to try and peel for Yoda Miner. Not able to do it after the Terror Surge is popped. Kitsune comes up from the opposing Zenyatta and burnt down again, found face to face with the Brigitte there.
It's very suiting that the Swedish player is taking some punishment from the brick, I think.
I mean, I don't think that really has an effect on the gameplay, but I know what you're saying.
Not. Probably not. Alright, coming up in the last fight here.
Turtle goes down early, holding onto the EMP. That is Giaco, gets found by the EMP. Radha hacked now. Emil, sorry, just trying to keep people alive, and now that is a massive headshot from Yoda Miner to take out the opposing Tracer. The EMP will come through, Redder burnt through, Turtle will fall to the whip shot. Now it falls onto Emil to try and contest. The Transcendence will come through from Yoda Miner. Huntfall hacked and burnt down, Yoda Miner trying to contest, but that will be the cap coming through. Overall, what would you say notes for this game?
Very, very good, and overall a lacking performance as a team. Absolutely, good plays and very, very particular plays get punished. But confident in the ability to dish out damage, not afraid to put in an aggressive Kitsune, and just be reliant on those kunais. Unfortunately, we do get caught out of position a few times when we do end up perhaps not peeling nearly enough and saving our cleanses for our Zenyatta. But overall, a good performance and certainly having a lot of impact on fights altogether.
Yeah, it's certainly a lesson to be learnt for many KIRIKOs out there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one.